Okay, I think we are good. It's a little early, but I was literally about to miss it, so um let's go. Okay, I think okay. These are the content warnings, guys. Um coarse language, guys. Coarse language. Strong graphic violence. Um uh uh that other kind of violence that's very very bad and very very harmful. Um Disturbing and potentially triggering elements. That's basically this entire game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, yeah. So if you guys, this is gonna be a heavy one. I played the demo. Not the demo. I played the original version of this game, and this is a remaster. So I wonder what's new, but it's also definitely I don't know if YouTube will let me I don't even know if YouTube will let me post this video or let me play this game, but uh be prepared basically is what I'm saying. All right. So apparently there's also going to be screen and image shake, moving sprites, bright lights and eye strain. All right. Um for the sake of okay, let me I don't know, should I wait? Um because from what I remember, there is a lot of there's a like I'm not kidding when I mean there's like a lot of gore in certain scenes in this game. Um so I want you guys to be prepared for that. I'm not gonna I don't want to put you guys through that, so I'm gonna have censored mode on so YouTube doesn't kill me. And also, for you guys' sake, I mean to be honest, I'll probably just end up playing the game again without censored mode. So I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's like they know that I'm streaming. That's crazy. Okay. Oh my god! Carrot! Me so excited. Dude, I love the new opening screen. I wonder how it's gonna change. I remember so much. Not really, but kind of. My goodness. Well, let me see, because I don't know if this is too loud for you guys. Okay. Um, shit. I think this is fine. Game modes. Oh yeah. I really like this. I love the theming this time around. Like, oh my gosh, I'm already excited. Um, all right. I know, like, you know, it's pretty early, but I'm just gonna start. How will you be mainly playing the game? Can I use my controller? Oh my god, I can't. I don't like using a mouse. I have a controller, but it's a Switch controller. Would it be bad if I just like go in and just like change it right now? Um, maybe. Not, nah, I'd have to look it up because I have no idea. I guess we're just gonna use a mouse and keyboard, guys. Oh, damn. This is way more than the original. Um, Menu. I could take a screenshot. Perfect. I love redrawing scenes. Uh, skip, space, self-voicing. Huh? There's voicing in the game? Oh my god, I'll kill myself. Gets the video demonetized by saying that. Oh my god. Um, okay, okay. I'm glad that I don't have to think about WASDA, but this is kind of a lot just from my brain, but that's because my brain's a little slow. So we're gonna V self-voicing. Okay. Hello, welcome. We are starting the game down the rabbit hole. Oh my goodness. I've gotten an achievement already. I'm 11 years old the first time we enter Wonderland. Okay. 1998? August 3rd. Hello, welcome. We are starting the game now. Was that the bite of 87? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I swear, anytime that's like before 2000, I always make that joke that it's the bite of 87. Technically it was the bite of 83. But you know, whatever. Is everyone ready? Should I do different voices this time? We're playing Our Wonderland. It's a visual novel horror game. I turned censor mode on so that you guys won't be thrown into all the gore that's in this game. Because I played the original. This is a remaster, and I'm really excited because there's supposed to be a bunch of new stuff in it, and I can't wait. So yeah, let's get into it. Seems like we've got everything, yeah? And this is the biggest tree in the forest, so this part is important, or at least I think it is. My fingers curl tighter around the worn edges of the book in my lap, and I let my eyes fall to the words on the page. Words that seem to tremble and dance atop the surface of the paper. Gidget's closest to me. She's been dubious from the start. The instructions aren't that complicated, really. What doesn't bode much confidence? Which doesn't bode much confidence? God damn, I cannot read. Anyway, but she doesn't move to leave. You know, on second thought, I'm pretty sure my mom's calling me. Orlum is across from me. His face is as white as the time he threw up in Miss Groenmeyer's sixth period. Poor little lad. Poor lad. I'll get nearful if she finds me way out here, so I'm just gonna. He throws a glance back at the blackness between the trees. The corners of his mouth twitch like he's about to cry. No! Poor little smorgasbord. He doesn't leave either. The last time your mom cared about where you were coming out from between her damn legs. I'm laughing so hard. Um, okay. So, Our Wonderland, so it's actually been a few years since the original game came out, and it came out on itch.io. That's where the original game was posted. I believe there's only like one or two people who have played the game on YouTube, when I looked last. So it's not a very like commonplace game. I don't really think a lot of people know about this as a game. And I get that it's a visual novel. Visual novels don't really get that much traction, but as of recently I've seen some that look really cool, and I never see this one get brought up. So I'm gonna do my service and play this game for you guys. Genzo's as salty as ever, but that's Genzo for you. His dying words will probably be a dig at Orlum or Orlum's mom. Uh, your mom gay. That's what he always is gonna say. I suppose. Whoa, what was he doing between his mom's legs? And then there's Bucks. Bucks doesn't understand anything. She's only 9. You'd be surprised what 9-year-olds know. That's inappropriate, gang. You're gonna corrupt our poor Buxley. Ah, shit, if Bucks doesn't understand that, she needs someone to corrupt her ass pronto. Genzo's the only one who dare swear. It sounds so natural, it makes me jealous. I'd try saying hell in the mirror one time. I hadn't been able to look at myself in the eye for days. I mean, low key though, that is kind of what it feels like when you're a little kid. And you're swearing for the first time. If anyone cares, I resent that comment about my mother. Oh my god. Guys, I need to get everyone back on track. I don't know if oh my god. I know if I don't corral them, we'll never even get started. And what would be the point, really? We need to focus, okay? Come on. I lick my lips, swallow, my fingers are shaking, and I press them tighter to the book's yellowed pages. This is gonna work, I'm telling you. This book's like a gazillion years old. Besides, books can't lie, not like Orlum's mom. Oh my god. Hey! What exactly does it say we have to do again? We don't have to break it out into song, do we? I readjust the book in my lap, finger curled. Oh my god, finger to the centered paragraph in the middle of the page. It's font fancied and curled. I need better glasses. I could actually. I could swap out my glasses right now. Hold on. Maybe. Hold on. Oh golly. Um. I'm being so serious. I am swapping out my glasses. Hold on. That's what I mean though. Like when I was younger, like while I'm swapping out my glasses. When I was younger, I never used any sort of curse word. I thought it was like a sacred thing that, children, if you're a kid, you can't cuss. Like that's ridiculous. You can't curse if you're not an adult, you know. But then, you kind of just stop caring and it just becomes a normal thing because it kind of is just a normal thing. Um, and it's not like any of the schools I went to were particularly like prim and proper. So yeah, it's just a commonplace thing. All right, I have my better glasses on, so let's go. All right, by blood alone shall the innocent pass, traveling hand in hand, where every wish is your command, your very own Wonderland. Oh my God, he said it. Orlem's fingers go to his mouth. Blood? Buck's eyes widen. The light of the lantern dances off her trembling pupils. Ew! I volunteer to kill Orlem. My eyebrow twitches. No one's gonna be killing anyone. A little from everyone should be fine. It only works for kids. No adults allowed. The five of us grow quiet. Furtive glances from one to the next. Gidget's chewing on the inside of her cheek. Genzo's brows are furrowed. Bucks has her little fists clenched in excitement, and Orlem looks about ready to piss himself. Poor little guy, bro. Poor little guy. Crickets chirp from off in the darkness. Well, let's get on with it then. No point sitting here freezing our asses off. Oh, by the way, um, I'll just say it again. I do have the content filter on and the streaming filter on because apparently I can get this video could get copyrighted or something. And I don't want to have it be copyrighted so you guys can't see it. And then I don't want you guys to like literally like some things in this game from what I remember get to be really 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 disturbing and I don't want to have anybody bear witness to all of that. Um So yeah, and also for YouTube because I don't want YouTube to literally strike down my channel and like erase everything. I reach into my Stegosaurus backpack and pull out a small knife I carefully secured in the elastic pen holder. The blade gleams in the light from the lantern. I got this from the drawer in my kitchen. Should do the trick. I can feel the collective gaze of the group on the knife. Have I mentioned I really don't like this idea? Orlo's fidgeting again. Kenzo rolls his eyes. Only about 100 times. Just make sure you clean it before your mom cooks it with it again, yeah? It's just a small knife, the type I'd seen my mom use to cut apples, but the tip is plenty sharp. I bring the shiny point to the middle of my palm and press. It prickles. I pause, press my lips together, then pull it across my palm before I can stop to think about it. It slices through the skin like butter. Tears spring to my eyes. I want to swear, to sound cool, 'cause honestly, if there'd ever been a time to swear, it would have been now. But all that comes out is a pained squeak. When I blink my eyes open and search through the watery veil, I see a mote of red forming across my palm. Ricky! Gidget takes my hand. Her skin is warm against the growing chill creeping out from the soggy fissure. My fingers tremble. Yeeshix, you animal! I blink and the salt water runs down my cheek. I force a smile. It doesn't hurt. You only need a little. That's what the nurse always tells me too. Then she stabs me with her 6-inch needle of death. Orlem runs a hand through his sweaty hair again and again. We all have to do it? I take my hand back from Gidget. A tiny river of blood runs past the bump of my wrist. The pearl-like head at the tip reminds me of a caterpillar. We have to. It's the only way it'll work. A pause. I think. Stop staring at Egg's hands, Bucks. You're starting to scare me. Bucks is leaning forward on her hands and knees, seemingly enraptured by the red ribbon leaking down my arm. Gidget grabs the knife from me with a huff. You guys are so weird. I'll go next. Trust Gidget to do anything, Egg says. Gidget whirls on Genzo, knife tip trembling in her grip. Shut up! We all agreed to come out here, didn't we? I'm not afraid of some stupid little cut. Everybody, let's group self-harm together. Like, that's literally what this is. I'm not making a joke about it. It's just like, what else is this? Like, y'all are all just sitting here in a circle, just collectively self-harming together. Like, what the hell, man? Anyway, she brings a blade to her palm, pauses, squeezes her eyes shut, then slices. It's not as deep as mine, but it's the blood that matters. Tiny pinpricks bubble up within the shallow grove, almost like tiny chicken pox. See? She holds her palm up with a waggle of her fingers. Didn't hurt at all. Genzo just smirks. Are those tears I see, my lady? Go, Orlem, it's your turn. Orlem blanches. I can see the sweat gathering on his forehead. My turn, Genzo grabs the knife from Gidget and slides up next to him. Here, I'll help ya. You just stay right there. I can do it myself. Orlem scooches backward so fast he nearly falls over and snatches the knife from Genzo's hand. His freckled cheeks puff out in what could either be indignation or dread as he brings the tip of the knife to his palm. It takes forever. Again and again, Orlem tenses up as though trying to push out an especially large poo. But again and again, he pulls it away, tears bubbling up in his eyes. Finally, he pulls the blade across. That's it? A mosquito'd do better than that. There's blood, right? That's all that matters. Orlin pushes his hand in Genzo's face. There's indeed a tiny spot of red. I cut in before things can veer off track once more. That should be fine. Thanks, Orlum. See? Orlum puffs proudly. Gidget turns to Bucks, who's been watching the whole ordeal go down in rapt silence. It's your turn, Buxley. Do you think you can do it? Bucks bobs her head, and when Orlum gives her the knife, she gouges it straight into her palm. Her hand quickly turns red. Buxley! God almighty, she's a monster! The sight makes me queasy. Bucks, you don't need that much. Bucks just grins. It doesn't hurt, honest. She holds her hand up, and we all back away. Kenzo grabs the knife from her. Give me that thing before you kill yourself. Without a second thought, he swipes it across his palm, forging a similar mote to mine. He eyes the growing trench curiously. The circle grows silent, each of us looking at our own sliced palms. That's everyone, then. My voice trembles. A moth flutters in front of the lantern. Genzo gnaws on his bottom lip. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, nothing's happening. Is there something else we need to do? Gidget asks, turning towards me. I can hear my heart beating in my ears. Everyone's eyes are on me. I don't... I swallow. but the saliva gets stuck in my throat. I glance back down at the book, then it comes to me. I guess maybe we need to hold hands? Hold hands? Isn't that unhealthy? What if one of us has a disease? What if one of them has the big Rona? We already have you. What could be worse? Oh my god, leave him alone. Leave him alone. My goodness. No one's gonna get sick, Orlum. It's fine. Though even Gidget sounds unsure. I reach my hand out, one towards Bucks and one towards Gidget. There's a moment of uncertainty. Then both of them reciprocate. Buck's hand is slimy and slick between my fingers, and I feel my stomach turn. Gidget's, on the other hand, is warm and soft. Come on, guys. I nod at the two on the opposite end of the circle. Genzo groans. Orlum cringes, but they lace their fingers together all the same, then reach out to Gidget and Bucks respectively. Low key. Like, first of all, where are their parents at? Like, it's this late at night and you guys aren't wondering, like, where all of your kids are, or just like, hey, it's pretty late. Do we know where they went specifically? No. We're just gonna let our kids wander. I mean, I guess it is before the 2000s, so I guess they just let their kids do whatever. I don't know. The silence returns. Another moth flits to and fro in front of the lantern. A grasshopper preens itself atop an especially tall blade of grass. I spot an ant crawling across my bare knee. I resist the urge to flick it away. Beautiful moon out tonight. Genzo's gaze is pointed skyward. This isn't working. See? Nothing's happening. Orlum seems 1 second away from jerking his hand from Genzo's grip. I, uh, I don't have an answer. I don't know what else it could. This is boring. Buck sighs. The blood can't keep her entertained any longer, it seems. Am I allowed to go home now? Even Orlum is starting to seem more disinterested than anxious. I'd failed them. It's okay, Iggy. It's not your fault. Gidget gives my hand a reassuring squeeze. It would kind of be cool if we were. The sound of something heavy cuts her off, like a large stone sliding across a gravel surface. It's loud and grating, and for just a moment it feels like the ground is opening up in front of us, for all the way that the grinding and scratching moans make our hearts thrum. Oh my god, what is it? It ends as abruptly as it started, and the forest grows silent. No more crickets, no more cicadas, no more fluttering moths. But the air is very still. I realize my eyes are squeezed shut and crack open first, the right, then the left. Everyone's looking at me. No, not at me. Past me. I twist backwards and see the base of the big old willow, the tallest tree in the forest, its trunk like a massive boulder covered in twisty, gnarled roots. It's a passageway! Oh my god! Now with a very visible and very dark hole in its side. Across from me in the circle, Genzo hisses between his teeth. Well, shit. Okay. Yee, finally you guys get to hear the music. I wonder if you guys will be able to hear. I wonder if their themes are the same. Uh Maybe I should be quiet. Carrot is very goated if you couldn't tell. I don't want to interrupt. I think this is great. This is great. Again, I haven't played the original game in a few years, so some of this might just be like a refresher for me. Other bits are, you know, like I'll let you know if there's something new that I haven't really seen. But I do like have very garbage memory, so who knows really. Iggy! She has met me before I even had a chance to react. She goes for the legs. She always goes for the legs. One meaty hand wraps around my right thigh as another goes for my left. Then her shoulder takes my hips. At that point, escape is futile. Bucks rises to her full height, and I go with her, draped like a sack of potatoes with my ass in the air. If it isn't my favorite pigmentally challenged little nerd. Bucks laughs. The resulting convulsions practically make me seasick. I feel like I haven't seen you in years. How the hell are you? Still doing that computer hack and stuff? You gotta show me how to do that sometime. Gunnar always gets on my case because the computer's doing some weird shit or whatever, but how the hell am I supposed to fix it, you know? Bucks is a literal ox. Beefy arms and neck, chest as wide as my aunt's old minivan. Even her laugh means business. Big and hearty, burgeoning up from her lungs like a firework of sound. I'm great. Just great. I can feel the blood rushing to my head. My nose is bumping against Buck's back somewhere just above the waistline, and my glasses are threatening to slip off my ears. Bucks, I can't breathe. Oh, right, yeah. Bucks drops me back to the sidewalk. It takes a moment for the world to stop spinning. So what? Can I get you a beer or something? I've got the good stuff. Crafts from that place just outside of town. She claps her hands together. Let me grab you one. She barely waits for me to acknowledge her question before clomping off. That's what that says, right? I'm pretty sure. Please. Please. Towards the porch. I grab my strewn messenger bag from off the ground, then follow with a hand up to tame my nest of curls. Buck's house is nice. The nicest of any of us have managed, to be honest. It's a cozy split level with white shuttered windows and a spacious porch, wrapping all the way around to the backyard. The type you dream about once you're halfway through college and you realize you have no idea what you're actually doing with your life. Okay, listen, we don't have to call everybody out right now. We don't gotta do that. Oh my god. I follow Bucks across the porch now, dodging the fake terracotta pots of a few hanging plants along the way. The sound of TV drifts out from the screen door leading inside. I pause for a moment to hang my messenger bag up on one of the railing posts and start for the steps. Heads up! Around the corner, just as Bucks tosses me a beer from the cooler, I barely keep from dropping it straight out onto the deck. The backyard is neat and trim, and decorated for the occasion. Picnic table with multicolored plates and napkins, a few strings of red, white, and blue flags draped across the trees, a trio of white and green striped lawn chairs. Bucks even has her grill out, the air above it warping in the heat. I pop the tab of my beer and wander towards Bucks, who's grabbing a can of her own. So, what's new in Ig's world? Anything new and exciting? Foam bubbles down her chin as she takes an impatient sip. I can't say much has changed since last year's barbecue. To be honest, still have my apartment over in Brookside. Still doing mostly freelance. I had a contract gig for a few months in the spring for a little advertising shop in Dukin. Nice way to get me out of the house, but the commute was hell. I take a slug from my can, it goes down the wrong tube. Never take the inner city bus. I finish with a choked cough. Ha! I'd trust you on that. Bucks raises her can towards mine and we clink them together in tinny symphony. No special friend to keep you company in that lonely little apartment yet. I take another chug, longer this time. No, not yet. We've really got to get you out more, get you out of Landbrook. I'm telling you, there's nothing left here for a bright single centerfold like you. Hell, even I wouldn't still be here if it weren't for the little monster. Better for raising a kid, you know, school district and all. Buck swipes her mouth on the back of her arm and nods her head. At what? I don't know. Gidget finally made the move. She's over in Dukin apparently now. No more scooting back and forth. Oh? I say leisurely. I helped her out a few months back moving her stuff. Surprised she didn't call you. Shit, I never got back to her about that. I guess she wanted someone with a little more brown. Ah, can't argue with that. Buck slaps me on the back and I nearly spit out the beer in my mouth. Once I recover, I attempt to direct the conversation. Wait! Wait. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay. Give me just a second. Okay. Okay. This should be better for you guys. Stop. Um, Let me know if this is better. Because I completely forgot I have a border, so like you guys can't see everything. Um, so yeah. Once I recover, I attempt to divert the conversation. What about you? Still delivering packages? Buck straightens up at this. No more door to door from me. Just call me Shift Manager Buxley. Oh, congrats. Probably means more regular hours then, huh? I remember you used to pull some late nights driving the truck. That it does, which sure helps with the mini tornado siren in the room next door. Buck gulps down the rest of her can and crushes it in her palm. She tosses it into an empty trash bag lying on the grass and fishes through the cooler for another. Alright. Um. Okay. Do we want to ask about Hunar or ask about the baby? I'll give you guys the option. The options, I guess. Not I guess. That sounds mean. Also, oh my god, I can't tell if there are fireworks happening outside my room or if it's just like the bad weather. No, it's both. Never mind. Alright, we're picking the baby. Speaking of, how's she doing? The baby, I mean. Actually, I feel a little awkward because I don't even know her name. Bucks laughs almost nervously. Oh, little Sadie, she's doing, great. Just great. Oh my goodness, I don't think she likes her. She's a handful. Keeps her parents on their feet all hours of the day and night. But, yeah, she's pretty cute and all. Got her mom's nose and her dad's, temperament. She claps her hands together. But hey, if babies aren't making you wish you never had them, they're not doing their jobs, am I right? I don't think... I... Do you love your child? Do you love your child? I press my lips together. Sure, I guess. It must be pretty tough. You don't know the half of it. I haven't had a decent night's sleep since the little fucker was born. Yeah, I don't think she likes her kid. Hell, I'd sell my soul for a few uninterrupted hours of sleep at this point. You guys thought of hiring any help? And ruin this blessed opportunity for a connection? Gunnar would kill me. I guess he has a point. Babies are pretty impressionable after all. You got that right. Impressing on their poor mother's nerves. The screen door creaks open just as quickly, slamming shut, and we both turn towards the porch as Hunar walks down the stairs, baby in tow. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't. There's something wrong with all these people. There just is. Like, I don't think any of them are okay. Like, you do not love your kid, bro. Oh my god. Well, speak of the devil, there's the little firecracker herself. Bucks raises her beer. Iggy, it's good to see you. It's been so long. Hunar's long bangs are pulled back with metal hair clips. His eyes look tired. The baby's half hidden in a purple blanket, but I still see your tiny little nose twitching amongst the soft folds of baby goo. It really has. Sorry for making myself so scarce. Guess I can lose myself in work sometimes. More like your games, am I right? Lux elbows me in the ribs. I laugh, not at all awkwardly. Hunar smiles and shifts the baby in his arms. It's not good for your health, you know. Get out and get some sunshine once in a while. Well, I mean, as much as you can handle. I'll, try harder. I attempt to shift the conversation away from me and my hermit-like tendencies. This is the little bundle of joy then, yeah? 3 months old yesterday. I lean in for a closer look. She's absolutely tiny. I can't help but think of the cluster of baby rabbits I'd found huddled in the giant planter my mom had on the back patio when I was a kid. So completely helpless. She stares back at me, though. She's never seen something stranger in her entire 3 months of life. I don't blame her, to be honest. Dang, that's crazy. I know the baby's so adorable. Like low key. Like come on, can we get a little like baby montage, like baby pictures or something? Like I need that. Like Hunar is you can already tell like Hunar is such a good parent for real. Hey there, little Sadie. Pretty big eyes you got there. Think you're gonna command the diamond like your mom when you get older? Hunar shifts his weight as Sadie begins to fuss. I'd prefer she take up something that won't threaten every bone in her body on a daily basis. I had enough heart attacks every time Bucks played. Ha! I never broke any bones. Bucks beams as though this is a major accomplishment, then stops to think, though there was that one concussion, so is it the brain damage? It might be the brain damage. Hunar rolls his eyes. Yeah, and we're still waiting for you to get over it. Hey! Hunar carries right along. At any rate, have you put the meat on yet? The rest of your friends will be here soon, right? This snaps Bucks back to attention. Shit, you're right! Oh, damn it. Oh, wait, no, okay. Oh, I can go back! Okay, cool. Language, Buxley. Sadie is not going to develop your penchant for vulgarities. Oh, come on, let the girl live a little. I swear, they're like an abusive couple. Guys, mom and dad are fighting right now. They're so... They feel like the stereotypical, like, dad who hates their daughter and mom who has to be forced to take care of her. Like, oh my god. Oh, yeah. No, like, I just started. This is the very beginning of the game. It sort of matters to what happens later. This is just a little, like, most of this probably... I think I'll stop once we get to the more serious stuff. But, basically, you got all of these little kids. Like, you got Iggy, the white-haired guy right here, who's the main character. You have Bucks, who is the youngest out of all the friends. And then Bucks has, um, I think, I don't remember if they're married or not, but they have a kid named Sadie. And, you know, she's like the baby, cutie little patootie. Important for later. There's also Genzo, Orlum, and Gidget, who we will meet soon. Um, so when they were all younger, they made this pact. It was a blood pact. They all sliced their hands open, um, and opened this tree that led them to an Alice in Wonderland situation. And then, you know, like, it's only a place you can go to as kids, so once they became adults, they couldn't go to it anymore. So that's why they're all adults now. I hope that made sense. Alright. Bucks wanders off towards the grill, crushing her can, tossing it atop the trash bag along the way. And I'll get the appetizer plates ready so you can get something in that tiny tummy of yours. I cock my head to the side. Is Sadie's old enough for solid food already? I was talking to you, Hunar laughs. Then shifts Sadie to his other shoulder as he heads back inside. I stand there in silence, blinking. Oh, I see. Wait, we might see him. My gaze falls to the grass where the blades that had been under Hunar's feet just a moment ago are struggling to right themselves. A bird whistle comes up in the trees, and I pick a hunk of something between my top left molars. I'm just about to wander over to the picnic table when a feeling of unease trickles down my spine, almost as though someone's eyes are on my back. It's the boy! It's Orlum! Oh, golly. Hey, Iggy. For Christ's sake! He's so smug looking. Oh my god, wait, no. Wait. Fuck it, hold on. I'll jeopardize it actually, because I need you guys to hear what his music sounds like. Um no. I need you guys. Okay. Is it gonna play? Yes. Wait, okay. I this is his theme. It's so good. Okay. So I was just stupid. It doesn't affect their theme songs. Yes. Hey, I didn't hear you slither up. I take a step backward. Orlum takes a step forward. He looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. A long time no chew the fat. How fares the daily strife? I take an extra large slug of my beer. Oh, you know, same old, same old. He's still writing code for top secret government espionage projects, Mr. Hackenslash. If by top secret government espionage projects you mean a new website for recommends, this and that, then yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. This amuses him and he laughs. Orlum has the weirdest laugh, like every syllable is perfectly enunciated, with an identical gap between each. Have you ever wondered what he considers this and what he considers that? I shift my weight from my left foot to my right, then back to my left. Surprisingly, the thought never crossed my mind. I've always been more of a that guy myself. Orlum shrugs. Why have this when you can have that? Am I right? But you know me, always on the superlative fringe of society. Fringe is right. I glance back towards the house. Bucks is still at the grill. Lunar's nowhere to be seen. Why is he so close? Back up! Back up! Back up! My goodness. My goodness. I turn back. Somehow Orlum seems even closer. What about you? Still working at... Actually, I seriously have no clue what you're doing nowadays. Alan and Alan, I do data entry at their branch in town. The baby powder guys? Not just baby powder. We have all kinds of products for the squirmy little skin tags. Buck should be all over that. You give her a discount? No. Oh wow, that voice crack was crazy. I'll try to, like, have my inner psychopath for Orlum, Loki. I blink. Orlum stares at me with that same off-kilter smile. Then continues. You want to know the secret ingredient in our powder? What helps it give skin that extra soft sheen? I've sucked my entire bottom lip into my mouth by this point. I'm not sure I want to know. Dead skin cells from real babies. Are you fucking kidding? Oh my god. Alright guys, which option are we picking? That's disgusting. Or don't let Bucks know. Oh my god. What the hell, man? What the hell? Oh, hell nah. Okay. Don't let Bucks know, I say with a smirk. Always a kidder. That was a joke, of course. Obviously. But maybe I can get Sadie in the rotation. Okay, don't push it. So, any Mrs. Maxwell in the making tucked away in that man cave of yours? Afraid not. Fraternizing hasn't exactly been top priority in my life, I guess. My beer's almost gone. I squint as I look down into the opening. I know someone who will be happy to hear that. This brings my head up. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. That smile again. And everything. He laughs. Now you're just weirding me out. As per usual, I decide to turn the conversation away from myself. What about you? No misinformed member of the fair sex climbing up your steeple? Oh, I have my flings. Really? You? Orlum runs a hand through the saggy curl of bangs tracing the side of his forehead. There's a girl at work who can't keep her hands off me. Insatiable, this one. A real dime, too. Says no man's ever satisfied her the way that I do. I really didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that either, Iggy. I fear that I may relate to Iggy in the way of which I do not like the way this conversation is going. I'm not fucking saying that, bro. Like, this guy over here. This guy. Oh my god. But me, well, I'm looking for more than a smoking hot time in the bedroom, if you catch my drift. Oh, I'm catching it. Oh my god, I don't feel like saying that right now. I don't. I. Oh my god, it's like it gets worse with every sentence. Oh my goodness. I need a woman who completes me emotionally. You know what I mean? He's practically breathing down my neck now. Is he that close to you? Tell him to back up, Iggy! Iggy, tell him to back off of you. His breath is hot as it dances on my skin. I hadn't realized he'd gotten so close. Uh, I why is he so close? Goodness. Uh, I don't. Uh, I don't know which option I should pick. Like genuinely, because it's like, what does it matter, the girl's name or if you agree with him? Like, what the hell, bro? Bro is so freaking weird. I do like his theme song though. It like perfectly encapsulates how he acts, and it's so weird, just like him. My goodness. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. I nod my head 100%, my man. I knew I could count on you to understand. You and me aren't so different, you know? Both brilliant intellectuals, both suave debonaires at the height of our prime, and unfortunately both dreadfully misunderstood by our peers. Not sure about the suave debonair part, but I feel you on being misunderstood. Then again, I probably need to have more peers before I can be misunderstood by them. Oh my goodness. You're funnier than I remember. Must be the increasingly deep-rooted cynicism. The sound of footsteps on the porch catches my attention. It's the guy! It's the guy! Now, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm gonna let you guys see what the situation is like. Look at Orlum, and I need y'all to read the situation. Hello, mi amigos, and comment allez-vous? The party has officially arrived. This quickly followed up by a dull thud of cranium on fake terracotta. God damn it, caught it plant right in my face. That'll be Genzo. I finish up the last few drops of my beer and wander over to the trash bags to throw the can away. Orlum follows, quite obviously keeping me between himself and the porch. His smile's gone, and he's tugging anxiously at his rat tail. Oh, God! Oh, that's... Hunar! My bad. I was gonna do Gidget voice. Oh gosh, Genzo, I'm so sorry. We just hung those up the other day and it completely slipped my mind. Hunar pushes open the screen door and steps outside. He quickly wipes out the crumbles of dirt decorating Genzo's shoulders. Not to worry, dear sir. I've been told dirt brings out the shit-colored hue of my eyes. God damn. Okay. He pauses, turning in Hunar's direction. And what's this gurgle of innocent complacency I hear? Am I in the presence of Her Highness Princess Sadie? I should have worn my tie. He straightens his collar. Hunar laughs and shifts Sadie to his other arm. Aren't you always a treat? Anyway, I've got some things to finish up inside. Iggy and Orlam are already out back. He tugs open the screen door and disappears back inside. Genzo continues the rest of the way across the porch, using his cane to avoid the railings and guide himself down the steps and into the yard. He immediately spreads his arms. Hey, Iggy! And I thought I smelled something coming up the block. Is that new cologne, Orlam? Or do you just naturally smell like a horse's ass? Orlam's eye twitches. Iggs, my man, get over here. Feels like forever. Genzo motions me over. I love Genzo's theme so much. It's bringing me back. I lean forward, and oh my god, and as soon as my shoulder touches him, he pulls me into a side hug that nearly breaks my spine. Genzo's the same teddy bear as always, short, big-boned, as he puts it, and with a mouth that can run faster than he can, also he puts it. I'm not even given a familiar whiff of his ubiquitous orange knit cap as my face is smushed into the top of his head. I've been a little off the grid, I manage. Off the grid or off your rocker? Am I right or am I right? He presses a hand on my chest as he nearly doubles over laughing. Maybe a little of both, I say with a chuckle of my own as I pull myself away. You doing okay? How are things at the shop? F to thine, my friend. Just got myself a deal with the impound, actually. They're gonna send me some of the busted up bikes that no one's ever picked up. I'll see if I can get them fixed and back on the market. His face is beaming beneath the sunglasses. More of a passion project, really, but it feels good to breathe new life into the little tykes. Or shall I say, trikes. Ayy! He pauses for a moment, then raises his head, nose twitching. Is that the pungent odor of freshly grilled carcinogens I smell? Bucks turns away from the grill for the first time since our earlier conversation. Burgers are coming right up! Hope everyone's hungry. I can always count on you to fill my stomach, Buckleberry Finn. Which reminds me, Iggy, Game Rex? You have? I run a hand through my curls. I'm already eyeing the cooler and wondering if I should grab another beer. Actually, this one game's been really sucking up my time. You get to control your own airship, and there's these terrifying vortexes you have to go through. And don't get me started on the giant tornadoes. We're finally given and fish through the ice for a can. I've been playing a game on my phone called Candy Cudgel. Oil's shoulders are hunched so low it's a miracle he doesn't fall over. Genzo ignores him. I played something along those lines a few weeks back, I'm telling you. There's something about sweeping skies and swashbuckling heroes that just... He brings a fish to his chest and shakes his head. Hits me right here. He glances in my direction at the sound of me popping the top of my beer. I know I tell you this every time, but you should really develop one of your own. You got enough crazy kernels up in that noggin of yours to launch your own library. Oh my god, wait, guys, can we be flirty to Genzo? Can, okay, but like, only if you'll be my main character. Come on. Because the first option is only if you'll be my main character, and then the second option is yeah, maybe sometime. I'm gonna pick the first one. Only if you'll be my main character. Imagine I just start flirting with everybody in this game. Now there's an idea that guarantees a blockbuster. The indomitable Captain Genzo sets sail across the high seas. No, sets sail across the sky. That's it, I'm a sky pirate. Sky pirate it is then. Only don't make me one of those fake pirates that goes around helping people. If I'm doing this thing, I'm doing it all the way. Murder, battery, aggravated assault. I wanna own this shit. This guy would not like One Piece, I'm telling you. This guy would not like One Piece. I love One Piece. How could you? Hell, you could even go crazy and throw some tax fraud in there. I want to be in the game too. Fine, you can be the swap. Why do you want me to develop something so bad? I mean, it doesn't have to be a game. You could just get out and do something. Do something that'll get you out there. That's what Gidge did. Torlum snickers at this. We'll see how long that lasts. Last I heard, she could barely make rent. Excuse me, why are we bullying her, first of all? She ain't even here to defend herself. Why are we being mean? Period. On God. Hey, at least the lady's trying, which is more than anyone can say about us lazy fuckers. Am I right or am I right? Genzo prods an air elbow in my general direction with a snort. At this point, Bucks finally turns away from the grill, spatula in hand. Burgers are ready. Get your hungry faces on. That's what I'm talking about. Genzo claps his hands together. Single file line, people, don't rush the grill meister. Sorry if I'm using the same voice for Genzo and Bugs. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just being silly. I leave my beer on the table and take my place behind Genzo, who's already waiting patiently by the grill. Also, let me know if the music's too loud or anything. She sets to the buns, cutting them somewhat erratically in half with a serrated knife and scattering crumbs all over the grass. I tap Genzo's. Oh my god! I tap Genzo's shoulder gently and say, somewhat hushed, "Oh, by the way, thanks." Genzo raises a brow. For what? Except it's much louder than my own statement. I wince, but continue all the same. You're the only one who hasn't asked if I have a girlfriend yet. Genzo just shrugs. Hey, it's your life. You do you. Why should I care? Another snicker from Orlum behind us. Yeah, why would Genzo care about girls? Everyone knows he's. Genzo rolls around so fast his cane clocks Orlum across the upper thigh. Orlum yelps. Whoops, didn't see you there, Orlum. Genzo laughs. Sorry, this thing's really got a mind of its own sometimes. I open my mouth to say something, but Genzo's already turned back to the grill with his nose turned towards the meat and cheese concoction. Bucks is stacking atop the plate. And now we feast. Orlum whines and rubs his thigh. I catch a few muttered curse words, but he remains otherwise silent. The air between them feels electric and not in a good way. Fortunately, the sound of hurried footsteps on the patio is enough to divert everyone's attention. I glance back just as Gidget appears from around the side of the house, her face flushed and sweat dotting her forehead. Girl, did you know they was talking about you? Girl, they're talking about you. I should tell them right now. She is cute though. Like, look at her. She's a little schmorgle. I don't know, a little scrimblow, you know. She brings a hand up to smooth back her hair, looks around, and smiles as she sees us. Sorry, guys, I'm late. The traffic coming up I-80 was a nightmare. Genzo perks up. Now there's a sound for sore ears. Gidget smiles apologetically and starts over. Our eyes meet, but she looks away. I didn't miss too much, did I? Buck slaps the top button down on a veggie fortified burger stack. Only these clowns gossiping like a bunch of schoolgirls. Food's coming off the grill now, so I'd say you're right on time. Genzo pumps his arm in the air as though pulling a train whistle. Let's get this train chugging. Every second that food's not going straight to my belly is a crime against humanity. Oh my god, you're kind of right. It is kind of giving Alex from Minecraft. It's easy to forget about things in the presence of friends. And despite the fact that my reclusive urges continuously tug at me to escape back to the safe haven of my little apartment over in Brookside, I have a good time. This only happens once a year. I can handle it. Besides, despite some of their less desirable quirks, these are the only friends I've got. And so I clink cans, gorge myself on burgers and chips and ice cream cake, break up near arguments between Genzo and Orlum. These are so cute. Low-key, I want to draw them. Hold on. Wait, can I go back? Go back! Okay. What was that thing again? What was that thing again? What was that thing again? Was it... Shit. I forget what it was. Hold on. Hold on. I swear the amount of times I've went back and, like, looked at this stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just want to save these pictures for later. You'll see why. Bounce Sadie on my knee. Aw, they're so cute. And generally act like a normal person that's not a complete and total mess of a human being. Once the sun sets and Bucks lights the mosquito lanterns, Gunnar takes Sadie back inside, and we spend another hour reliving stories from high school. Then even Bucks heads in, and it's just the four of us loitering around like Black Friday shoppers 6 hours before the stores open. Orlem's leaning back against the porch railing, looking up at the light-polluted sky. Genzo's seated on the porch steps, pressing a lighter to the cigarette between his lips. And Gidget, well, Gidget's looking pointedly at me from the other side of the picnic table. When I turn to start poking at one of the flag decorations adorning the nearby tree, she seems to take this as an invitation. She wanders over. Hey, you. She's got her hands folded in front of her, thumb pads kissing. Long time no see. You're not the first to say that today, I say somewhat idiotically. What can we say? We miss you. She smiles. It's really nice to see you again. I spy a lightning bug flickering on and off one of the lawn chairs. They'll be gone in a few weeks. Hibernating, I guess. Do lightning bugs hibernate? When I don't say anything, Gidget continues. I moved, you know. Yeah, that's what Book said. Then comes the shame. Sorry, I was a bit of a no-show. She shakes her head. It's okay. You were busy, I'm sure. I'm not sure what else to say. So, how's Dukin? Probably a lot more going on than down here. It's definitely a lot. How should I put it? Livelier? She laughs. Gidget's laugh has always had this oh my goodness, I need to grab a dictionary or something. Had this effervescent quality to it. I remember Orlem's comment from earlier. And you're doing fine? Money-wise and all that? I'm working part-time as a waitress between gigs. It's enough to get by. And the gigs? Because that's the real question of the hour. Another laugh, but slightly less bubbly. Those are, well, they're starting to happen. I'm trying to get an agent. Been reaching out in a few places in Dukin, since the occasional outreach on my own isn't getting me much, you know? Then again, I've never been all that great at marketing myself. An agent will, what, get you more photo ops? I'm not actually sure myself. Basically, they'll be my marketing person, looking for shoots that suit me, get my name out there. She pushes a lock behind her ear and lets her gaze fall. I scratch at my bare arm. It's growing chillier. The cicadas are out something awful, too. I realize I should probably say something. Alright. Then it's off to New York, or are you sure things are okay? Yep, you're back in time for the next, option. Oh, my wrist hurts so bad. I really don't know how to feel silence, guys. Like, I'll get so into, like, listening to the music. When she doesn't say anything more, I bite the bullet and ask, You sure things are okay? She gets that look. That look like she can't believe I just asked that. Her right eyebrow goes up while her left goes down, and she grins just a little bit too widely. Of course. Why do you ask? I don't know. It just seems like you're trying to do a whole lot on your own out there. I wanted to make sure you were staying above water. I glance over at Genzo on the stairs. The cigarette smoke is swirling above his head. Maybe it's because you're the only one of us who's left Lambrook. Just feels like you're light years away somehow. Well, you don't need to worry. I always knew this path would be hard, but I've got the grit. She curls her hand into a fist, eyes bright. Besides, I've got my own personal cheerleader. How can I go wrong? This surprises me. Oh? Who? She smiles, laughs, starts playing with her hands. You, of course. I blink. Oh, right, sure. One of those brown beetles that only seems to buzz around at night bounces off my nose. I duck backwards and flick it away. Dumb things. I glare at it in the darkness. Gidget laughs, pauses. Iggy. She takes a step forward. Iggy, Her phone buzzes in her pocket. Loud. She must have it on a high setting. She seems to tense. then pulls it out and turns away. Her face goes bright in the light of the screen, but I can't make out the text. She's quiet as she reads it. I decide to crack a joke, because I'm an idiot. What? You're not gonna pick the first option. I'm gonna ask if it's a new agent, because that seems very rude. Like, what the freak? Who's that? I ask with a grin. A new agent? Gidget's face goes dark. It's it's nothing. She laughs, but it's obviously forced. Doesn't seem like nothing. You just got all weird. Sorry, I guess I've just been a little stressed lately. I felt like I really nailed this audition last week, but I just got an update about it. And I didn't even get a call back. Sorry, that sucks. It's fine. There'll be more, right? Of course, yeah, plenty more. Plenty more. Hey, you okay? I'm fine, I should go. I am sorry. I'll talk to you soon. She walks up without another word, grabbing her bag from the picnic table and making a beeline for the porch. Ginzo looks up in confusion as she rushes by. I can't do anything right. I shuffle my feet wordlessly in the grass, then wander towards the stairs. Genzo pushes himself to the feet as the sound of my approach, waggling his cigarette up and down between his teeth. She left in a hurry. What happened? I ran a hand through my hair. Bad news. Poor gal, she's really been trying, you know? But life has a way of punching you in the face. Repeatedly. With a crowbar. You think she'll be okay? He purses his lips, taps the ash off the cigarette. She's strong enough to stand on her 2 feet. If she's anything like me, she'll have a good cry tonight, then feel better in the morning. You? Cry? Hey, I'm a sensitive soul, what can I say? When he exhales, the smell of smoke curls itself up and into my nostrils. For some reason, this sparks my memory. Oh, hey, about earlier. What, when you spilled beer down the front of your pants? Don't worry, we ain't kids no more. No one thinks you pissed yourself. Except maybe Orlum, but he doesn't count. I laugh. The sound carries me to my next sentence. No, I mean what Orlum said. That joke he made about the dead baby skin cells? Yeah, it set off my creepo dar too, but then again, what doesn't these days? Am I right or am I right? This rewards me with an elbow in the ribs. Alright, never mind, it's nothing. Give Orlum a break or don't say anything. Oh my god, my wrist hurts so bad. Jeez. Oh my god, and it's like, luckily it's not my good hand, but like, jeez. Alright, we're going with not saying anything. It is kind of awkward, I feel. I squint, staring at his face, staring through his face. We're having a staring contest now, or what? Come on, Eggs, go home. You're tired. You've had more human contact in the last few hours than you've had in the last month. Fine, you're right. He drops the nub of yeah, that's what it says. He drops the nub of his cigarette into the grass and stomps down in its general vicinity. Don't be such a stranger, though, you know? You can stop by the shop when. Oh my goodness! My voice keeps cracking! You can stop by the shop whenever. Would be good to see more of you. Yeah, I'll make an effort to get out more. This was nice. I reach a hand up towards his shoulder, pause, then finally give it a pat and start up the porch steps. Orlum, still there? He's just watching that shit? That's so fucking weird, bro. Orlum's perched on the railing at the top like some kind of vulture, lips pulled wide in his usual off-kilter smile. Iggy Maxwell, what did you do? Nothing. That didn't look like nothing. She looked pretty upset. I pressed my lips together. She got a text or something. I guess it wasn't good. And you didn't console her? What a waste. I suppose that leaves it up to me to be her knight in shining armor. Go for it. I roll my eyes, then reach for my messenger bag still hanging on the post. It moves before my fingers reach it, the slightest twitch, almost as though someone brushed up against it. I pause, squint, tilt my head. Did you? I start and half turn towards Orlum. Did I what? Orlum snickers and swings his legs back and forth beneath the railing. Did you see that? You're gonna have to be more specific. I see a lot of things. Another snicker. I shake my head. Whatever. I reach again, this time looping my hand around the strap and tugging it off the post. For a second, I swear I hear the faint sound of someone giggling. I need to get home. I'm starting to lose it. But there's still something I have to do first. Something growing and complaining right smack in the middle of my gut. I tug open the screen door and step inside, avoiding the moths fluttering about by the overhead light. I can just vaguely remember the way to Buck's bathroom. A much needed pee and washing my hands later, and I'm maneuvering back through the dark hallway to the porch door when Buck's voice makes me jump. Oh, so that's just the way it's gonna be, is it? Glad you get to make all the rules. It starts soft, somewhat hushed, but towards the end it's clear she's losing control of the volume. Oh, because it was my idea to buy a brand new grill when we're having trouble just making house payments. I'm not sure what kind of fantasy you're living in, but grow up. They're coming from the other side of the door to the right. A single line of light is painting shadows across the floor underfoot. I stop, chew on the inside of my cheek. Instantly feel guilty, but not enough to make me move. Fantasy world? In a fantasy world, I would be woken up every single hour by a sound that makes me want to kill myself. Can't I get a fucking break? And give her something, I think. That's what she said. Hee hee. Yeah, that's what she said. Give her something? And just what are you implying? Oh, come on, a little whiskey? She'd pass right out. You are out of your fucking mind if you think I'm gonna let you feed my infant daughter whiskey. Oh, your infant daughter, is it? And what am I, the fucking surrogate? Might as well be for how much you seem to care about her. This was the first time you were even around for dinner all week, and it was only because your friends were here. Who the fuck cares? It's not like she's gonna remember any of this. I care, Bugsley. I'm not raising this baby myself. I pause. Oh, no, you don't. You've already had plenty to drink tonight. Clearly not, because I can still understand the words coming out of your mouth. Buxley Krills, do not walk out of this room while I am talking to you. Footsteps, getting closer. My heart leaps up somewhere in the vicinity of the voice box, and I hot-foot it the rest of the way to the screen door, barely making it outside before I hear the door inside getting shoved open. It takes a moment for the tension in my shoulders to release, and even then I can still hear my heart in my ears. That is a real thing, by the way. I don't know if you guys know, but it is a real thing to feel your heart in your ears. Also, don't worry if you gotta go. Do what you gotta do. The stream will, stream's always gonna be up on YouTube. You can always just watch it later. No biggie. Letting out the breath I hadn't even realized I'd been holding, I glance up and see Orlem still on the railing, and that smile still on his face. We're a little old to be scared of the dark, aren't we? He laughs at his own joke. Every syllable was perfectly enunciated with an identical gap between each. I'm awoken the next morning to the sound of Miss Dawnish rolling her trash bin down the driveway. Oh, yeah, we're about to get into the good bit. I remember that. The specific trash bin down the driveway bit. Um, this is very important. For you guys to know. Because, again, like, I wonder if, I don't know. I don't know, I'm just not gonna say anything. There must be something stuck in one of the wheels because with each rotation the bin lurches upwards and smacks heavily against the pavement. Yeah, this is familiar to me. Roll, roll, smack, roll, roll, smack. Yup. Something hollow bounces on the concrete and the rolling stops. She picks whatever it is up, tosses it back inside the bin. Roll, roll, smack, roll, roll, smack. I groan and turn towards the wall, but even I know a return to sleep is futile. I give myself another 5 minutes, and I push myself up and out of bed when she starts humming and scraping what sounds like a rake across the sidewalk. With the press of a button, I start the heavenly percolations of my caffeine juice. Breakfast is the remaining dregs of my chocolate rice snappers, and once I'm adequately engorged with sugary sustenance, I drag myself to the bathroom to clean myself up. I look awful, but then again, when don't I? I hook a finger around the corner of my mouth and pull my lip back to observe the damage to my back filling. It's definitely gonna pop out soon. Goddamn Dennis. It of course has nothing to do with the fact that I never got my wisdom teeth out despite the constant recommendations. Who has time for that? Let my lip flop back into place and take to my teeth with the toothbrush. Once the chocolate has vanished from my breath, I splash a little water on my face, slap my cheeks to get the blood flowing, then wander back to change my clothes, grab my coffee, and man my usual post at the desk. The computer screen crackles to life and I massage my temples as I wait for it to finish booting. I'll probably have a headache by the end of the day. I always do after I drink. It doesn't help that I'll have to put in extra hours to make up for the work I didn't do yesterday. Whatever. I snap my earphones over my ears, pull my knees to my chest, pop open my text editor, and get to work. 3 cups of coffee, 1 granola bar, and 2 readjustments of my legs later, and I've reached my groove. I nod my head to the music as my fingers dance sporadic rhythms across the keys. I'm so focused I don't even notice my phone buzzing until it's about time to switch over to voicemail. The green phone icon catches my eye and I instinctively slap. Oh my god! The green phone icon catches my eye and I instinctively snap my hand towards it, only for the tips of my knuckles to graze the handle of my coffee cup, sending it and the last few sips of my cold coffee towards the carpet. Every nerve in my body reacts at once. I leap from my chair to grab it, only to jerk my headphone cord out of its jack in the process, and promptly blast the dance-worthy beats of my electro swing throughout the entire apartment. This about nearly sends my heart into overdrive. With a panic twist, I reach back for who knows what at this point. But my flying hand hits the back of the chair, my feet pretzel beneath me, and we both go down. My head hits the soggy carpet just as my phone gives one last zealous buzz, vibrating itself straight off the desk and onto my chest. I pick it up just as it beeps to tell me I have a new message. Fuck's sake. I'm 3 heart attacks past giving a damn at this point, but the name on the caller ID says it's Hunar, and given that I don't think he's ever called me before, I know it must be important. I click the music off and jab the redial button, bouncing the phone between my ear and shoulder as I set to blotting the carpet with paper towel wads. The phone rings twice, then connects. Hey, sorry I missed your call. What's up? The paper towels are soaked by this point, but the sound that comes through the receiver isn't what I expected. Sobs, harried sniffles, cough. Hunar, he's crying. Iggy! I pause in my carpet cleaning ministrations. Hunar? What's wrong? It's Bugs. She's gone. I don't know where or what. What happened? I woke up this morning and she was gone. There was no note, nothing. This starts a fresh wave of sobs. Higgy, she took Sadie. Both of them. They're gone. Just gone, and I've called. I suddenly fall back onto my rear end, forgetting about the coffee. You're sure she didn't say anything last night, or what about an appointment? Anything in the calendar? Maybe you just forgot. Hunar's voice shakes. There's nothing. I would have known, and besides, the car's still in the garage. He pauses, and I can hear him swallow. Vicky, I'm scared. You haven't heard from her, have you? Or did she say anything last night? Anything strange? I run a hand through my hair. I haven't heard from her since last night. She seemed normal, I guess. I don't know. Nothing stood out to me. Except for the fight. But what would be the point of mentioning that? I've already reached out to everyone else. No one's heard from her. It's been hours now. I don't know what to do. Fuck. Keep trying her. It's probably just, Bucks. She probably just forgot to tell you about something. Or, hey, maybe she wanted to surprise you. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for it. Another sniff. The line is quiet for a moment. Then, soft as a whisper. Yeah, it'll be fine, okay? Just keep trying her. Yeah. The line goes dead. I blink. Hunar? But there's no response. He must have hung up. I hold my phone out as though it might contain some sort of answer, but my only reward is the colorful laser light show that's the default wallpaper I never changed. Damn it, Brooks! Sign tossed the phone back on the desk and set back to the waterlogged carpet. Even back in high school, Bucks had been known to throw temper tantrums, so it honestly wouldn't surprise me if that's what's going on now. But she's a fucking adult. What Hunar said last night is true. She needs to grow up. I looked down at the stain on the carpet, at my messy desk, at the laundry strewn on the floor, at my bowl on the counter with the milky cereal remnant stuck to the inside. All right, so I'm not the perfect example of adulthood, but at least the only victim is myself. Sorry, my throat kind of hurts right now. I don't know why. Bucks has people that depend on her, that need her. I carry the soggy paper wads to the trash can and drop them on top of yesterday's empty fruit snack box. Coffee dribbles across the mouths of the sharks, decorating its front like the blood of their latest kill. Not about to let this incident distract me from my work any longer. I migrate back to my desk and snap my headphones back into place. I love how he just, does not do anything. Like, you're not going out to look or anything, you're just going right back to work as if you didn't even get the fucking call. That's a little shitty. There's still work to do. Yeah, but. I, okay. With one last glance at my silent phone, I give my cheeks a slap and dive back into the function I'd been three-fourths of the way through finishing. Time to focus. Alright, moving this a bit closer, because my back's starting to hurt a little bit. I don't hear anything else from Hunar for the rest of the day. To be honest, I kind of forgot about him. And Bucks. I put in a few more hours of work, get hungry, order myself beef and broccoli from the little Chinese place a few blocks over, get distracted watching videos online, work a bit more, decide that's enough for the day, and hack away at my game for an hour or three. And by that time, my eyes are starting to droop, which means it's time to retreat to the bed, repeat my morning cleansing routine, read for a while under the comfort of my covers. I don't think about Gunnar and Bucks again until I turn off my bedside lamp. And by that point, I'm so tired that it isn't more than a passing thought as I bury my head in my pillow. I'm sure it's fine. I'll call tomorrow. I dream that night. I'm in the woods and someone's calling me. I chase after the voice in the darkness, but every time I think I'm getting close, it comes from a different direction. I run faster, the branches whipping my face and the roots underfoot, threatening to send me stumbling into the dirt. Where are you, Iggy? I run and I run and I run. Run until I can't breathe and I fall to my knees. The darkness is closing in. I feel something on the back of my neck. Iggy. Only this time it's the voice of a child. Please, kill me, Iggy. Damn, that was a little late. I'm so slay. Anyway, I'm lying. That's not what I meant to say. Anyway, I gasp and sit up, only now I'm back in my bed and the sun is reflecting off the window straight into my eyes. I groan, and my heart's still thudding away inside my chest. I just wait a few minutes for my sense of reality to return before shaking my head and climbing out of bed. It's late, far later than I usually wake up, and as I'm taking my first sip of coffee, I remember Hunar. Worry bubbles up somewhere around my diaphragm. I should call. This number's still the last one in my recent calls, and it only takes a second before the phone is ringing. But it cuts to voicemail after the fifth ring. Damn. I gnaw at the inside of my cheek. The bubbles of worry are starting to turn to a froth. Maybe I try someone else? I pull up my contacts. Who should I call? Alright, people. Who are we calling? Who are we calling? I mean, if anyone is there and would like to pick a specific option. Cause like I feel like Orlum isn't really gonna know. Okay, we can go with Gidget. Cause yeah, I feel like calling Orlum or Genzo would be kind of odd. So yeah, I feel like Gidget is like the more sensible one. I would say. I feel. I feel that there's also something wrong. Like she's a little like I can imagine what she's going through. Like she's probably really like lonely, especially since like she moved into a new town and none of her friends are there, you know? Sure, things had ended weird the other day, but maybe she's feeling better now. And heck, maybe we can clear the air a bit. Better than leaving things on that wonderful note for too long. I press the button next to Gage's name and bring the phone to my ear. One ring. Two rings. Weird. Gage's not usually one to leave her phone unanswered. Unless she just doesn't want to talk to me? I grimace. Surely not. But when it goes to voicemail, I can't help the feeling of unease in my stomach. I sigh and end the call without leaving a message. I bring my contacts back up. Now who? What? No. No, Gidget. Gidget, we love you. Gidget, answer me back. Gidget. Okay, Orlum or Genzo? I'm thinking Genzo just because he seems like the one who's like closest to Iggy, like besides Gidget, I feel. Cause like Orlum was being real creepy. So I'm thinking Genzo. I need to buy Yakuza games now. Like, I really want to play the Yakuza series, bro. Like, it's so cool. Super unrelated, but I just wish that I had them. Like Yakuza Kiwami and Zero. We're gonna go Genzo. Please let him answer. I just need someone to answer. He answers on the third ring. Thank fucking God. Iggs, isn't this a rare treat? You calling me? What can I do you for, my sib from another crib? Did Hunar call you? Wait, let me turn down the music a little bit. The line goes quiet. Then finally, he did, yeah. Buck's still gone, isn't she? He said he was gonna get the cops involved if she wasn't back by this morning. The fuck is wrong with her again? My voice cracks. Why would she just leave like that and take the kid? I can almost see Genzo wincing on the other end. Things things haven't been exactly great with them for a while. Pause. This isn't the first time something like this has happened either. What? But they. I bring a hand to my forehead, fingers forging dents in the skin. I need to sit down. I tug one of the stools out from under the kitchen counter and slump down. Why haven't I heard about this? Well, you haven't exactly been around? This gives me a pause. As much as I hate to admit it, it's true. I rub my tongue against the back of my top teeth. How long how long has this been going on? Honestly, I was already noticing things not too long after the wedding, but they've been getting worse recently, I suppose, because of the baby. I rest my elbows on the counter, hand going to my hair. For God's sake. The wedding. I remember the wedding. All too well, actually. Can't do it, Iggy. I just can't. What do you mean you can't? If you love him, don't you? Yeah, of course. I mean, I think I do, but it's like, is this what I want? What if it isn't? My parents were the ones always pushing me to get married. Sin against Jesus and all that if I don't, you know? But fuck, I don't think I've ever been this scared before. I'd found Bucks hiding in one of the stalls in the bathroom. They'd thought it would be hilarious if Bucks wore a suit and Hunar wore a dress. Reminded them of their first school dance or something. Not that I would know. I never went to any of the dances. At any rate, she'd been wearing this classy suit decked out to the nines, hair slicked back, though when I found her it'd been a different story. Bow tie wrestled loose, button popped, collar mused, and her knee had been bouncing like a grasshopper. But you already said yes, and now everyone's families are waiting out there, waiting for you. You know what it would do to him? Buck swipes her forehead. What if I'm not the woman he thinks I am? What if I'm not cut out for this? I mean, you know me. I'm not fucking wife material. I'm a free spirit. I roll my eyes. Free spirit, my butt. Lex, you always talked about wanting a family since high school. Only 'cause that's what I thought I wanted. Because that's what my parents always told me I had to do. But maybe, maybe that's not really who I am. What if I end up breaking his heart? You'll break his heart if you don't go out there and say I do, Bucks. God, the way he lights up whenever he's looking at you, you're his whole world. Have been since high school. And all of us, we all know it. Been a little jealous too, to be honest. I mean, how often do you find someone that loves you that much? Yeah, yeah, I guess. Buck stands up. Walking over to the mirror, I can see beads of sweat all across her neck. Gunnar needs you, Bucks. And you need him. If you don't go out there today, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your life. Yeah, yeah, you're right. She brings her hand to her head. You're right. Then to her collar. I I just got a little claustrophobic earlier. She gestures to the loose ends of her bow tie. Now it's all fuck. She starts tugging at her collar, musing the already wrinkled fabric even more. Hey, stop it. I got it. Don't worry. I smooth over her collar and get to work on the tie. Thanks, Iggy. Hey, what are friends for, huh? Iggs. Iggs. You there? The voice on the receiver snaps me out of it, and I jerk away from the countertop. Sorry, just thinking. An uneasy feeling of guilt is playing cat's cradle with my ribs. Thought I just. Why didn't I have noticed something sooner? Hey, it wouldn't have helped any, trust me. Besides, we all need our space. Don't beat yourself up over it. Is there anything we can do to help now? I've already tried calling Bucks myself, but had the same luck as Unar. My guess is she'll be back soon. She's never been gone more than a day or so. She'll cool off and come back, and we'll put this behind us. For now, at least. Yeah. The line goes quiet. I imagine Genzo on the other side. What's he doing now? Is he at his shop? Home? Has he been worrying about Finn on Bucks this whole time while I've been working and playing and sleeping like the shit friend I am? I rub up my eyes. Anyway, I should get back to work. Let me know if you hear anything. Will do. Random, but you didn't have any trouble sleeping last night, did you? Why do you ask? Just had some weird dreams is all. Can't shake 'em. Anyways, whatever. I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Later. I put the phone down on the counter with a sigh and comb my fingers into my hair. My insides feel like a twisted knot. I stare at the streak of oil on my cheek left behind on the phone screen until my vision blurs. I try to focus to concentrate on my work. When that fails, I switch over to my game, but even that can't distract my thoughts enough to assuage the gurgle of unease turning my bowels into a butterfly sanctuary. Dinner eludes me as well, my appetite only coming in short bursts that see me reaching for the half-eaten snacks in my pantry. I don't hear from Hunar for the rest of the day, nor Bucks, nor Genzo, nor anyone for that matter. The normal serenity of solitude has morphed into a feeling of anxious isolation, and I find myself reaching more than once towards my phone to ensure I haven't missed a call or text. Night falls along with my motivation, past the point of even trying to divert my attention. I sit at the window and watch Miss Donish make her third trip to the mailbox that day, then retreat to my bed, figuring I'll play some music and try to relax. Get an early night's sleep. Tomorrow should have some answers. But even my normal beats only serve to make my nerves dance in different patterns. I cover my head with my pillow, lie with my feet at the head of the bed, move to the floor, move to the chair in the living room. Maybe I should take a walk. Somehow the cool night air sounds tempting. The apartment feels absolutely stifling all of a sudden. I grab my keys and shoes and step outside, the breeze playing with my curls as I start down the sidewalk. My steps are disguised by the hum of the cicadas. Lightning bugs dance across the yards and moths flutter about the streetlights. Each new sweep of the breeze sends the trees' leaves into quivering staccato, like hushed whispers taunting me with their secrets. I pass from one street to the next, leaving Brookside behind, past the little downtown, and towards the development to the north. Fewer houses here, closer to my folks' old house, just south of the outer cropping of the woods that somehow hasn't been built over after all these years. My palm tingles, pinprick like scratching that jumps from one nerve ending to the next and makes my fingers twitch. I curl my arms around my chest in an effort to dull the growing spark. Why did I walk all the way out here? A quick lap around the block would have sufficed, but no, I had to come here. I stop in the middle of the sidewalk. There's a gap between the houses, an empty lot of grass tufts and dandelions. My gaze goes toward the shadow of the woods beyond. It's quiet, still. There aren't even any lightning bugs anymore. My feet turn towards the lot before I can stop them, and soon I'm tromping across the uneven track. I stop at the threshold between light and dark, one hand up to trace the bark of the nearest tree. What am I doing? My whole arm is throbbing now, as 1,000 tiny insects are biting and jabbing and gnawing at the skin. I glance back at the lot and sidewalk and the streetlights in the distance, at the neighboring houses with their darkened windows, then return my gaze to the shadow between the trees, a lilting wisp of wind curling round my ankles and tousling the leaves underfoot. I take a step forward. A branch snaps, not more than a few feet away. My heart leaps into my throat and I throw my arms up with a squawk. Who's there? Gripes in a handbag. That scared the bejesus out of me. A pause. Wait, is that you? I lower my arms, then squint as a shadow moves away from a nearby tree. What are you doing out here? I ask you the same thing. I scratch the back of my neck all of a sudden, feeling terribly awkward. Was just taking a walk. Same. Didn't sleep? Nah. We grow quiet. I wonder if Genzo had the same urge to get out of the house as I had. So, my heart is finally starting to calm. Yeah, you were, going there, were you? I guess, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about it. Me neither. You don't think? I don't know. Guess we won't know if we don't check. Yeah. An owl hoots from somewhere in the darkness. Let's go then. Lead the way. I throw a final glance at the black void between the trees, then step inside. The air instantly cools. It's a damp chill, the kind that sticks to your skin and weighs down your chest. I press forward through the brush, using my hands to keep from walking face first into a tree. I can hear Genzo's cane whipping through the grass and snapping against the bark behind me. It's eerie the way my body remembers which direction to go, even after this long, even in pitch black nothingness. Though perhaps it's not memory at all. Memory wouldn't tug at my arm. Memory would tweak the direction of my toes with every step, leading me further and further into the spongy blackness, where all I can hear is my own heartbeat echoing off my rib cage. I reach forward, seeking out the bark of the tree, only this time when my fingers touch the jagged edges, it sends a spark all the way up my arm and into the back of my throat. I stop. Genzo's cane whips against my ankles, and he stops too. Where? Yeah, I answer before I even have a chance to check, because I know. How could I not? The biggest tree in the forest, its base like a giant boulder choked with winding roots. I let my fingers trace across the surface as I circle around, careful not to trip on the gnarled out growths. Halfway around, hand hits air, and come to a halt. The familiar edges are there, the rounded gap in the side, hollowed echo of stagnant air, the far off scent of something sweet. It's open. I take a step back and hear Genzo approach. Jesus. My whole body is crackling with energy now. Even the breeze seems to have shifted, everything moving towards that hole in the side of the tree. When was the last time? Genzo's voice is a whisper. I don't know. I don't remember. Only I do remember. I'd been 16, and I'd gotten in another stupid fight with my parents, and I'd run out of the house, run to the woods. I'd cut my hand again and again until the blood ran rivers down my arm, but no matter how much I'd cried and how much I begged, the door had remained shut. It had already closed for me, but now it's open. Open again. And waiting. Waiting for us. I throw a glance at Genzo. I can just make him out through the darkness. He's got a hand curled up under his hat, nails scratching at his scalp. Some part of me always thought it was a dream, he says softly. Like, how you always look back on the good old days, wishing you could go back to simpler times. But actually, those times suck just as much as they do now. Something my brain made up just to torture the current me. Probably didn't help that we all never talked about it after it closed. The elephant in the room and all that. Until we forgot to even forget. And by then, you don't want to be the one to bring it up in case someone says you're crazy. The hole is staring at us, somehow even darker and even inkier than the surrounding shadow. A void within a void. But it was real. All of it. I finally whisper. Jesus, Genzo says again. For a moment, I'm back in that circle, the book in my lap. Genzo, Gidget, Orlum, and Bucks all staring at me. Wonderland had welcomed us, a world just for us, where all our dreams could come true. But we're no longer kids. I lick my lips, scratch my arm. Something feels wrong. Should we... should we go in? My voice hitches. Even my vocal cords have reverted back to my prepubescent days. Somehow I feel like we don't have much choice. I move forward towards the hole, popping a squat amongst the weeds. There's that scent again. Soft, sweet, like the tempting aroma of a candy store. It curls up inside my nostrils. I grab the rounded edges and peek inside, leaning forward on my toes. We're sure it's not just impossible? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Genzo says from behind. I turn my head to look back, but whack my forehead on the top edge and lose my balance. I land with a bruise-inducing thud on my shins and let out a string of four-letter word. For just a moment, I'm a teeter-totter, swaying back and forth atop the bottom edge. Then my forward weight wins, and I tilt further, further, and further, and topple straight into the hole. Oh my god, I'm so sorry your Wi-Fi is janky. I hope that you'll be able to watch, maybe, rewatch the parts that aren't so good, later on when your Wi-Fi decides to work. That sucks. The darkness swallows me. I'm falling. Wind whips my hair, my shirt, summoning water to my eyes. My stomach feels like it's been sucked up straight into my bowels. On and on and on and on. Complete nothingness surrounding me, consuming me. At some point, I go completely weightless. Am I still falling? I can't tell. My arms are pieces of floppy spaghetti undulating in invisible waves. My heart is the meatball. And my feet. Are my feet still there? There's a strange, tingly vacuum where my legs should be. Maybe I'm dead. Maybe that really was a possum hole, and I just fell smack to the bottom and hit my head, and now I'm in a coma. Something presses against my chest. I freak out for a minute until I realize it's my own hand. I'm falling. I'm suspended. I'm floating. I'm everything all at once. I open my eyes. Or do I close them? The world around me is as dark as the one inside my eyelids. What do you want, Iggy? What do I want? What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? I don't, I don't know. How am I supposed to answer that? I don't know what I want. I don't want anything. My fingers are starting to tingle. First tiny nibbles of numbness, then building into incessant zaps of electricity. Up, 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 my arms they go, growing and growing into my chest, into my stomach, shooting down into my legs. And so loud I can't hear, can't think. Just when I think I can't take it anymore. My mind goes blank. Iggy, there's something soft below me. A furry warmth curled up and nestled against my back like an oversized lumbar pillow. Iggy! I'm not in bed, am I? I don't remember my bed being quite this soft or lumpy. I move my lips against each other with a groan of displeasure and try to turn over before the tendrils of consciousness can fully claim me. For fuck's sake, Iggs, you're gonna get yourself buried in there. My eyes snap open. This isn't my bed. This isn't my room. And these certainly aren't my stuffed animals. My hundreds of thousands of stuffed animals. The pile of them has overtaken the entire corner of the room, almost like someone spilled a gigantic box of them through a hole in the roof. A very, very high hole in the roof. I stare up at that same hole now, dark and endless, leading who knows how many miles back up to that circular gap in the tree I'm only just now remembering falling through. I blink in silence, until an orange-capped head takes over my view. Look at him! He's such— oh my god, my voice cracking. Look at him! The little guy. Just boop a snoop. You're finally awake there, Sleeping Beauty. Genzo. Genzo, the hole, we fell through the hole. Very good, Iggy. We did fall through the hole. Genzo takes my hand, even as I'm trying to gesture up at the ceiling in dazed confusion. He pulls me to my feet. And now we're at the bottom of the hole, because that's what happens when you fall down a hole. I pat my head, my cheeks, my waist, the sides of my legs. Then we really— My gaze wanders to the rest of the room, to the warm grain of the hardwood floor, to the rounded windows, to the crackling fire with nearby stove, kettle already on the boiler. In the middle of the room stands a small table with 5 even smaller chairs, half-eaten cookies, cakes, and sweets litter its checkered cloth. We really— Genzo whistles between his teeth. We really— The sound snaps me out of my wonderment, and I turn back to Genzo, whose index finger is currently massaging his lower lip. I only realize at that moment that he's not wearing his sunglasses. Genzo, where— I stop, because Genzo has turned to look at me. Actually, at me. Something that hasn't happened in years. My eyes grow so wide it's a miracle they don't pop straight out of my skull. Kenzo, you... Yeah. Fuck, You... It asked me what I wanted, I wasn't gonna lie. And on my top lip, I can't stop staring. A twinge of guilt tugs somewhere around my diaphragm. The same twinge I'd selfishly tried to bury deep into the recess of my chest long ago. Genzo scowls and jerks his head away. Would you fucking stop that? It's not like it's permanent. Yeah, but still, you mean you're not even at all? Oh yeah, I had my obligatory weeping moment, stared at you all awkward like while you slept, as appropriately heartfelt music played in the background. Someone should have put the video on YouTube, it would have gone viral. Well, guess what, guys? This is going on YouTube, but it's probably not gonna go viral. But fuck that, I'm not gonna let myself get separated from reality, and I'm sure as hell not staying down here any longer than we need to. This is wrong, all of it. We're not supposed to be here. I finally pull my gaze away, attention returning to our quaint surroundings, and the nostalgic smell of spice curling up inside my nasal cavity. Can't argue with that. Somehow, I don't know. It's like looking behind the curtains at something I'm not supposed to see. I close my eyes and just for a moment, the empty table in front of me is full. All five of us sitting there, gorging ourselves on cookies and sweets. Chubby fingers reaching for fistfuls of cake, laughing about the wishes we'd made that day. Everything from a new puppy to a spaceship to sail around the moon. I even remember one time I'd wish I could talk to animals. That had been a treat. Now, however, the laughter is gone, and all that's left are the deserted crumbles of childish innocence, spilt in an unreadable pattern across the floor. I will say, though, Iggs, you turned out exactly how I always pictured you in my mind. I, like an idiot, let the follies of sentiment soften the rigid creases of my heart. Oh? How's that? Like a loser. Ha ha, very funny. It's okay, I'm literally, like, I'm gonna stop, like, right here, pretty much. So, don't worry, you're all good. Um, because I think I'm gonna stop here because there is something that happens very soon, like, probably right after this. So, yeah. Thank you guys for coming. This is a very long game. It's one of those games with, like, several different routes. It's gonna take me a hot minute to finish it. Um, but, yeah, when we come back, I'm definitely picking option 1. But, thank you guys for coming. I'll see you guys later. Bye.